Monday Morning Blues. I'm sure you've heard of them. Many songs have been written about it. It's something that actually exists as a form of clinical depression. Let's continue the theme of being negative. Here's some people talking about some things that they find annoying.
Hey, I'm Alex from my channel here on YouTube, Alex Vlogs, and Dave has asked me to talk to you guys about some of my pet peeves. But I don't think there's like just pet peeves. I think pet peeves are like onions. They've got layers. Shrek. I mean, I've got the standard pet peeves, like anyone who just throws cigarette butts on the ground and stuff like that, but then I've got others, like anyone who gives their child a stupid name. I mean, you already spend 20 years of your life sleeping, you don't want to spend 6 months spelling your name on the phone because your name's Hayden, spelled H-Y-D-N.
When people overestimate numbers, like, they might say, I had literally a million cookies last night. No, you probably had at most like 5 cookies. It may have felt like a million, but it was very, very not a million. Numbers have finite definitions. If you did not eat approximately a million cookies, do not claim to have eaten literally a million cookies.
I bet there's at least one person per minute on every bigger station who misses their train because of people blocking escalators.
I think my pet peeves are pretty basic. I don't really like it when someone cooks or eats and leaves their dishes out for days on end for some sort of cleaning genie to take care of it.
I don't much care for falling asleep when I need to stay awake for a big project or something, kind of like I did now.
I'm running and I will just have a random cyclist like fly right past me, and they don't say like, you know, on your left or something, they just fly by, and it freaking terrifies me every time.
One of the things that really annoys me is when people go shopping and they don't put the shopping trolley back in the shopping trolley bay. If you leave it in the middle of the car park, then I will be annoyed by you.
I go to teach a swimming class, and only one kid turns up.
I'd have to say that my biggest pet peeve is when two people are having some kind of discussion and they're only interested in saying their own opinions and not really interested in hearing the other person at all. This happens all the time. I'm guilty of it. I know we're all guilty of it, but when people take it to a certain extreme, it is one of my least favorite things. And sunburns.
Another pet peeve is when I work with a director on a film and it's just working with directors on the film. I hate directors.
It's not hard to just stand on one side, so you have like people standing on one side of the escalator and the other side people who are in a hurry can walk past them. It's just don't block escalators.
Well, I've got a lot of pet peeves really. Let's have a think. How about having data with nowhere to put it? Or having components with nothing to build them into? Or running out of drink? Or that idiot Dave?
And while we're talking about names, all silent letters, like, what is your function? They're not useful for anything and they're just taking up space. It's like having money in Greece right now.
I definitely don't like it when people are contrary or like legitimately negative just to be against everyone else.
Some random card game who you're internally balanced with, or having rivals, or having people who don't understand or don't really care how things work as long as they work. That drives me out of bend.
Okay, hiya. My name is Darkstar Media, and this is Oxide, and this is us talking about one of the things that, as women, annoys us the most.
As a female, we get things that males don't get. The shiny red things called period.
Now, you know, as women who have had to deal with that kind of thing for a few years now, such as the way of puberty, we understand that they are just a way of life, and you'd think we'd learn to manage. But the one thing that gets me the most, it really grinds my gears, and it's that they are taxed, and we have to pay quite a bit of money for them. Those things aren't cheap, and they're taxed as a luxury product. And that annoys me, and I'm sure, and I know it annoys a lot of other women, because why, you know, when things like condoms and other things like that can be given away for free, depending on where you are, why should we have to pay for something we have no control over? And I just think it's ridiculous, and I think it's stupid that it is taxed as a luxury product. Basically what we're trying to say is that this is a thing that we should not have to say is, you know, we are buying luxury products for. We don't think that women's essentials should be taxed when you can get condoms for free sex as a choice. Obviously, it's great that people are safe, and that's fine, but you have something like that, and then you have women's essentials, which they need because they are essentials.
And I just want people to understand that it isn't just a little pain and we should just get over it. Fine, get over it. Everyone goes through it. Just understand that for one day, some of us are going to be in a bad mood because it fucking hurts. And tomorrow, like I said, I'll probably be fine, and, you know, I'll get over it. But
the mood
I'd
swings.
like people to have a little more understanding on the subject.
I really dislike when people classify all cartoons as kids shows, especially when you have shows like Gravity Falls and Steven Universe and Adventure Time, like pressing up against like the boundaries of art and culture and creativity and pushing boundaries of what's acceptable to be shown on like all forms of television. And they're super amazing and super emotional and super eye-opening. And yet people are like, it's a kid's show, it's on Cartoon Network, it's awful, why would you watch that? No, go watch all those shows, they're amazing.
Or running with too little sleep, or running with too much sleep, or broken headphones. I don't know, there's a fair list. Oh, and having people who think it's cool to wear stupid hats to gaming events. They're uniform now. But probably the worst peeve a man could possibly have. Oh, running out of battery on his phone.
When I am holding open the door for someone and then they just walk past me and they don't say, you know, thank you, which, like, I shouldn't be opening doors for people just to expect a thank you, but it's just one of those things where it's like, oh, come on, you can do that. Or, like, another random one is when you are, you have like the recycled trash can and then the regular trash can, and then people will throw something that is recycling into the regular trash can, even though the recycling trash can is right there. That, like, why? It's so close. It's not that hard to recycle. You know, save a polar bear.
And of course, I hate it when people take unnecessary risks on the road, like cutting people off or texting while driving or stuff like that, because one, you're not going to get there any faster if you're just driving crazy and cutting people off, and two, if you die, you will get there much slower. And if you kill other people, that's not good either, is it?
And my final pet peeve is that sometimes some English dude, this ginger guy, asked me to submit footage for some YouTube channel about fighting nerds. And yeah, that winds me up. So that's all my pet peeves. Subscribe to my channel. My final pet peeve is the fact that people always plug their channels in the description, especially me. Please stop. This video went to a weird place. Let's stop now. Goodbye.
Gah.